There's always that one controversial figure who's somewhat close to our hearts, be it out of love or hate. Jordan Peterson's one of those controversial figures. You hate him, you love him. What matters is that his name's always on the tip of your tongue. Hollywood's got a lot to say about him, and not all of it's nice. In this video, we're going to discuss exactly what Hollywood thinks of him and why. Firstly, here's the hot tea on Jordan Peterson and Olivia Wilde. Okay, so turns out that Olivia Wilde's not a fan of Jordan Peterson, to the point that she threw shade at him in her new movie, Don't Worry Darling. That's right guys, the movie that's got Twitter at oddballs has gotten yet another layer of complexity added to it. It's not pro-Jordan Peterson. While Jordan Peterson isn't the most internet-loved individual, perhaps the hate he's received is a little out of pocket, especially considering the fact that the snub was integrated into the current box office hit movie. According to Olivia Wilde, the inspo for the character of Chris Pine came from none other than Jordan Peterson. But if you've watched the movie, then you'll know that he's no hero, rather a real thematic pain in the butt for the characters, and that's who Olivia equates Jordan Peterson with. In an interview, Wilde, actress and director of the movie, explained that the character was based on an insane man, aka Jordan Peterson, who she considers a pseudo-intellectual to a lot of people and homebodies, including the incel community. That's awkward. Not only that, but she also added that he's got a habit of legitimizing only specific out-of-context aspects, and the only reason that he's got a lot of following is because he used to be a suit-wearing professor turned author, which makes them feel like his sayings are of a philosophical nature and should be therefore taken seriously. Those are some heavy claims indeed. Up next, here's a look at how Jordan Peterson clapped back at Olivia Wilde's comment. Jordan Peterson did not waste time when it came to sending a reply Olivia Wilde's way. She thought she could get away with indirectly calling Jordan Peterson a king of incels? Think again. His tweeted reply was dripping with sarcasm as he redirected the attention to himself in a muted manner. He stated that this whole fiasco's gifted Chris Pine with the reputation of being quite an attractive man, following the claims of him channeling a Jordan Peterson persona is true. He also then went on to defend himself against Olivia Wilde's jabs. Jordan Peterson noted that her comment was pretty low level, though it did sting. For only a moment. But what's interesting is that Jordan Peterson admitted to the fact that he'd seen the trailer of Don't Worry Darling and may even watch it later on. All in all, the comment was brushed aside, as it didn't do a lot of damage, and if it did, he didn't decide to share any further info into the matter. In fact, he and his family handled the event with humor, and he even laughed about it at the dinner table. However, the part that did get under his skin was the fact that she used the word incel, stating that this kind of behavior takes away the voice of a marginalized group that's done no wrong other than being lonesome and confused. Some people thought that Olivia Wilde's comment and depiction were indeed a bit too much, but there were others who thought the character was pretty on the nose depiction-wise. Now, why is Jordan Peterson so disliked? Jordan Peterson's sudden rise in popularity happened amidst a delicate political background. To cut the story short, he expressed strongly negative sentiments regarding the Canadian government's amendment of Bill C-16, which now includes gender expression and identity as protected by the state. He did not like this new change and openly criticized it, which landed him in hot water. But somehow, he also ended up voicing the opinions of those who weren't brave enough themselves. Other than his strong stance against the Canadian government's bill being amended, he's also tweeted several notions that were either anti-LGBTQA+ or anti-climate change. The first example is of Jordan Peterson dismissing climate change altogether, stating that the Earth's climate can't be accurately recorded, therefore debunking the claims of climate change, which climate scientists were quick to criticize him for, swiftly replying that he's misunderstood climate modeling as a concept itself. While the other example is fairly recent, and the reason he got kicked off of Twitter. According to a little birdie, Jordan Peterson decided to drag Elliot Page in a tweet for no apparent reason whatsoever, and also referred to him by the actor's dead name, Ellen. His tweet went against Twitter's guidelines, and his account was immediately suspended on a temporary basis and could only be reactivated if he decided to delete the tweet. He didn't delete the tweet. In fact, he stated that he'd rather die than delete it. That seems a really strong stance for something that could be easily resolved, but oh well. But that's not what resonated with Twitter. Nope. Instead, it was his choice of parting words to the audience. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Moving on, here's all the Jordan Peterson praise. Ben Shapiro, Charlie Hunnam, and Kanye West have supported Jordan Peterson, either with strong words or through a mild expression of agreement. Charlie Hunnam, for example, strongly sided with Jordan Peterson, stating that he loves his work, much like most people nowadays, and that he's got a knack of putting the snowflake generation in its place, with harsh reminders of picking up the heaviest weight you can and simply dealing with it. Kanye West shared his admiration for the former psychology professor as well. They seem to share the same same thoughts on postmodernism. Said thoughts outline the fact that postmodernism is the root cause of all evil currently present in society. This may seem like a stretch to some, but Kanye West believes in it wholeheartedly, while Ben Shapiro is extremely against socialism, just like Jordan Peterson, and has often supported him on social media platforms, like Twitter, duh. Not only that, but Jordan Peterson's followers, dubbed lobsters, view his beliefs as correct and share his sentiments of political correctness, that it's gone out of control. Majority of his fans think that he speaks facts and consider most of the hate he receives to be unfocused, petty, and biased, and even state that his points are always supported with scientific backing. They also prefer to listen to him because his speeches are insightful and engaging. Plus, they like his book, 12 Rules for Life, because it's able to spin everyday phenomena that tend to force us down the existential rabbit hole into an easy step-by-step manual that anyone can follow. And most importantly, they praise his ability to show kindness, integrity, and understanding to his haters. Coming up, who are the Hollywood know-nothings that attacked Jordan Peterson? Apparently, Jordan Peterson's the blueprint, or Pinterest board inspo if you will, behind the Marvel comic book character Red Skull from the Captain America comic book series. Basically, the comic book series written by Ta-Nehisi Coates allegedly made two major references to the former psychology professor. The first reference was through the character of Red Skull promoting 10 Rules of Life, a parody of Jordan Peterson's self-help book 12 Rules for Life, while the second reference is delivered by Cap himself, giving a monologue on America's weak men that are looking for purpose and end up doing questionable acts in the belief that they're secretly great and worthy. Repeating this kind of disillusionment is harmful. When Jordan Peterson found out about the supposed connection between him and Red Skull, he was in a considerable amount of shock, mainly because the character of Red Skull has Nazi origins, meaning that the creator may have indirectly associated Jordan Peterson with Nazism. He stated in an interview that being compared to the Marvel supervillain was the end of the insults. Finally, let's discuss his depiction in the Don't Worry Darling movie. That's right, we're finally discussing Chris Pine's character in the movie Don't Worry Darling. So Chris Pine, as ever charming as he is, plays the villainous role of Frank, the founder of the Victory Project in the movie. Spoiler alert, Victory Project's got much more sinister secrets hidden inside it than one would think, and Frank's the one orchestrating the utopian, dystopia-like simulation whose main goal is to keep the women of that community submissive in the utopia and in real life. However, the question does arise whether or not this is a fair depiction of Jordan Peterson and his work. Do his self-help books, related works, and of course, notorious social media interactions really promote such concepts, stripping away women's autonomy so that the man can feel like he's in control? That's something to think about. Till the next controversy unfolds on social media, that is. And knowing Peterson, it's bound to be sooner than later. And that's all for this video. What are your views on Jordan Peterson? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.